There we go. Here we go now for this big Class 3 juggernaut tonight between Clever and Strafford. Strafford, the number 1 team in the number 2 team, in Class 3, and Clever is number 8 in Class 3. And going on behind me, that's going to be starting in about 20 minutes or so, will be the softball Lady Jays taking on the Crane Lady Pirates. It's going to be right behind us. 2 balls and no strikes there on Tony Caldwell. He is at third base. And there's a runner on first. Swing and a miss, and now 2 balls and 1 strike. Strafford, who was a runner-up last year in the Class 3 state tournament up in O'Fallon. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 hit's already been recorded for Strafford here in the top of the first inning. 49 degrees is the game temperature here from the Panhandle of Christian County. This will be the only Clever game that you'll be seeing this week, as we'll be seeing the Crane Pirates all this week. Tomorrow we'll be down in Crane. We'll be seeing the Pirates take on Galena. Then the Pirates will be on the road. They'll be taking in the Hartville tournament. They play Gainesville up in Conway. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Caldwell. Clever is coached by Justin Snyder, Chandler Maples, Dallas Hester. Umpires are Miles Williams behind the dish and Lester Ratcliffe at the bases. 3-1 the count, 1 out. Check on the runner, and he's going to be back in safely. Once again, I want to welcome you guys into this live stream. My name is Adam Smith, joining you guys for this live play-by-play coverage here on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. There is a runner on first. The pitch, runner goes, and a throw onto second base, and he will get second easily. Score I didn't tell you about that's going on over in the Major League side. The St. Louis Cardinals over in Pittsburgh. From what we last saw, they were tied at 5 in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2. Just outside, and Caldwell is going to be on base for the walk. And that'll bring up now the new batter. That's going to be Dylan Turner.
Pitcher number 19, Dylan Turner.
Dylan Turner, the batter for the Strafford Indians. Strafford, who has had a long history of championships. Won recently on the girls' side in basketball. They won 4 state titles in Class 3. 3 balls, or no balls and no strikes now. 0-1 the count there on Dylan Turner.
Top of the 11th.
Now another score update to tell you guys about. The Cardinals and the Pirates are now in the top of the 11th inning, still tied at 5. Cardinals currently 2 games below 500. They are at 1-3.
Now batting first baseman number 17, Nick Oliver.
Out was recorded now. We have 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up Nick Oliver, the batter. Oliver bats from the left side. These 2 teams, Clever and Strafford, are in the same conference of the Mid-Lakes Conference, swinging a high fly ball. Who's got it? The third baseman of Twig will get it, and that will end the inning. We're going now to the bottom of the first inning. It is no score between Strafford and Clever. Welcome back to Clever High School
Leading
here
off
in
the top
Clever,
of the first for the
Missouri.
Jays.
We're just right off Highway
Second baseman
14
number
here
1.
in Clever in the panhandle of
Quinn
Christian County.
Gundelfinger.
Quinn Gundelfinger will be the man batting for the Blue Jays. Indians on the field are coached by Shane Pierce, Brett Boo, and Wyatt Eubanks, excuse me, as his team will take the field there in their gray road jerseys. Maroon caps with a white S as Gundelfinger will swing and miss for strike one. 0-1 the count there on Mr. Gundelfinger. From what I see for the MLB side for the Cardinals, they have the bases loaded with 2 away in the top of the 11th inning. And if I could look and see who the Royals will play, the Royals will have the night off today. Strike 3, and Gundelfinger will go down swinging. That'll bring up now the new batter. That is going to be Trace
Now to
Comer.
play center fielder number 3, Trace Comer.
Trace Comer, the man will be the second man at the dish to greet the pitcher of Dylan Turner. Next pitch is going to be a ball at 1-0. Once again, Strafford coming into this game as the number 2 team in Class 3, and Clever coming in as the number 8 team in Class 3. Swing a little roller to the second baseman, on to first, and there is out number 2 quickly and quietly for the Clever Blue Jays. And that'll bring up now the new batter. That is going to be Logan Peebles.
Now batting, catcher number 9, Logan Peebles.
Yeah.
Logan Peebles, who was on the Ozarks baseball preview for the spring of 2019. He's the only player from Clever to be on the cover of the Ozarks baseball previews. First pitch is going to be just outside for a ball at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Now 1-1 the count there on Logan Peebles. Strafford coming into this game at 6-2. Two outs here in the bottom of the first inning between Clever and Strafford. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, no score between Strafford and Clever. This is going to be a big rivalry in the Mid-Lakes Conference that's brewing already. From what we did not see was a fan was ejected in the top of the first inning, and Peebles will go down swinging, and that will send us to the top of the second inning. We're going to the top of the second inning, no score between Clever and Strafford.
Leading out the top of the second for the Indians, catcher number 9, Wyatt Maples.
Wyatt Maples, the man to lead off the top of the second inning for the Strafford Indians. Once again, we're streaming this live on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel. Like I said before, this is going to be a big Class 3 rivalry that is going to be brewing here in Southwest Missouri. Clever and Strafford. Doesn't get better than this. The pitch just outside. Now 1 ball and no strikes to kick off the top of the second inning. As we now look at the MLB side to update you guys on the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have already taken the lead. It is now a 6-5 Cardinals lead. So the Cardinals will have to shut down the Pirates there in the bottom of the 11th inning. Cardinals season kind of went off to a rocky start as the Cardinals dropped 3 out of 4 to the Brewers, thanks to one player of Christian Yelich, who has definitely punished the Cardinals this week in the opening series in Milwaukee. 1 ball, 2 strikes there on Wyatt Maples. Christian Yelich, who gave the Brewers a walk-off hit. There's going to be a throw onto first. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, and it was thrown onto first for out number 1 in the top of the second inning.
Now batting second baseman number 3, Brennan Tannehill.
It's going to bring up Brennan Tannehill now. He's the 7th man in the lineup for the Strafford Indians. One out here in the top of the second inning. Cloudy day here in Clever. So the sun has kind of peeked in and out here. Pitch way inside. Now 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here on the batter of Brennan Tannehill. He's at second base for the Indians. The pitch. 2-0 the count there on Brennan Tannehill. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out.
No, 2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes, excuse me. And a strike. Now 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Now 2-2 as he was able to throw 2 straight strikes at 2-2. Steps off. Big Hunter Usler is the man on the mound for the Blue Jays. He's cleaning up the lineup for Clever. And a strike 3 swinging as Tannehill will go down swinging, and that will bring up now Caleb Semple, the batter for Strafford.
Number 10, Caleb Semple.
Caleb Semple, the batter for Strafford. Thing is about the Mid Lakes, is that this team, they throw a lot of fastballs, very fast fastballs that can reach into the 90s here in the Mid Lakes. So something new to see for Clever, and that's something that they're going to have to get acclimated to as they came out of the SWCL last year, now into the Mid Lakes Conference. Bottom of the 11th inning, as we see between the Cardinals and the Pirates. 2 balls and 1 strike. And what happened last night, this was during Sunday Night Baseball, does not affect the Cardinals or the Royals. This is actually in the National League East. It was between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. It was after a Bryce Harper home run where the pitcher for Atlanta, we don't have his name, but what I heard, what happened was, as he plunked Reese Hoskins right in on the helmet, and the umpire ejected the pitcher for Atlanta right away. Usually that doesn't really happen because the umpire usually would send out a warning So definitely did not make any MLB fans happy. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score between Strafford and Clever. Here's the pitch. Oh, inside, and he will take the walk. And that'll bring up the new batter. That is going to be
Now batting center
Hunter
fielder
Langston.
number 7, Hunter Langston.
Hunter Langston, the 9th man in the lineup for the Indians. Once again, we're in the top of the 2nd inning between Clever and Strafford. Clever is in the light powder blue jerseys, the white pants, white and powder blue caps, and the powder blue socks that are worn by the Clever Blue Jays. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. The pitch. Inside, and they do not get the runners. He was back in safely at first. Another update to tell you guys about. Back to the Cardinals and Pirates game, as the Pirates already have 1 man on, but there is 1 out. So to check on the runner there at first. Still 6-5 St. Louis over in Pittsburgh. Cardinals have 2 quick games in Pittsburgh before they go home to St. Louis, and they will welcome the San Diego Padres. That'll be the opening series there in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score between Clever and Strafford. The pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Langston, as we will now head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score between Clever and Strafford. Back here at Clever High School between, once again, Clever and
Leading out the
Strafford.
bottom of the 2nd for the Jays, pitcher number 6,
Hunter
Hunter
Utzler is going to
Utzler.
be the man to come into the game for Clever. He's going to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning, walking up to Willie Nelson, as he's going to dig into the right batter's box. The pitch. A strike called, and we got a final to tell you guys about from PNC Park, as the Cardinals defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 6-5 in 11.
Says 1 out.
1 ball, 1 strike. So the Cardinals are now at 2-3. They need 1 more win to get back to 500. 1 ball, 2 balls, and 1 strike there on Hunter Utzler. Three and 1 the count. Now as we look at the other games that are be going on, the White Sox are going to be taking on the Indians in the top of the 7th inning. 1-0 Indians lead the White Sox, as that pitch is going to be swung on and hit foul. Tigers are in the Bronx, and they'll be taking on the Yankees Brewers are in the Queen City. They're taking on the Reds. Cubs are in Atlanta taking on the Braves. Orioles are facing the Blue Jays. The Rockies are down in the Sunshine State. They will take on the Rays. Mets are taking on the Marlins. Astros taking on the Rangers. It's going to go out, another foul ball. Out west in the City of Angels, it'll be the Giants taking on the Dodgers. Red Sox are out in Oakland taking on the Athletics. Diamondbacks are in San Diego taking on Manny Machado and the Padres, and the Angels are on the road taking on the Mariners. That'll start at about 9 o'clock tonight. Another foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And so it is a final between the Cardinals and the Pirates once again. Cardinals did defeat the Pirates by a score of 6-5. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Upstairs, and Utzler will be on for a walk. And that will bring up now the new batter. That is going to be Tanner Bradshaw, the
Courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 4, Dylan Thompson.
And
at
the
the plate,
DH
designated hitter number 2, Tanner Bradshaw.
He'll be the DH. He's DHing for Akins, as Akins is playing left field today for the Clever Blue Jays. Two and 0 the count. Or no, batter is number 2. With nobody out, 1 runner on for Clever. Pitch, swinging a high fly ball. Second baseman has it. They will throw on the first, but he is safe. New batter for the
Now batting for the Jays, shortstop number
Jays.
5.
That's going to be now Nathan King. He's a shortstop for the Clever Blue Jays. There's been only 2 games that are being played in the afternoon. It was the Cardinals, once again the Cardinals and Pirates, and the White Sox and Indians that were playing in the afternoon. The rest of the games in MLB are later on tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire of Miles Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 2 there on Nathan King. Nathan King, who bats from the right side. Once again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and King goes down swinging for out number 2. And we're going to see now a new batter. That's going to be Cole Langley.
First baseman number 24, Cole Langley.
Cole Langley, the new batter for Clever. He's batting from the right side. Once again, Clever fans, this will be the only game that we're going to be seeing here on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel between Clever and Strafford. Unaware of what the Blue Jays will do throughout the rest of the week, but we will be following the Pirates of Crane all week. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. 1 runner on here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, Adam Smith joining you here on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel. Runner goes, throws it away, and we're going to have a runner at second for Clever. So to look at the winning pitchers for today, was Jordan Hicks got the win, and Sean Brault. Stephen Brault from the Pirates got the loss, and John Gant got the save for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are victorious as they win over the Pirates by a score of 6-5. Two balls, one strike. Swinging a foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes there to Cole Langley. And this is a time where the Blue Jays can threaten against the Indians. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and on a high fastball. It's a good heater there. That will be strike 3, and we will now head to the top of the 3rd inning. No score between Clever and Strafford.
Mason Foley.
Mason Foley, the man to come on base, or the man to come to the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. Adam Smith joining you guys here from Clever High School, between the Clever Blue Jays and the Strafford Indians. First pitch was a ball at 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball. That's going to go carry, and foul. This place does have a lot of foul territory. And that's one thing that does take away a lot of home runs, as the foul poles are not all the way down in the corners of the field. Lots of foul territory here in Clever. Ball now 2 balls and 1 strike. Now as we look at the college baseball side, whole slew of games that are going to be going on in college baseball. Northern Alabama taking on Mississippi. 3 balls, 1 strike. Kentucky and Louisville. Davidson taking on North Carolina. St. Louis is going to be in Columbia taking on Mizzou. And
now batting right fielder
Foley
number
will
2,
take a
Dylan
walk.
Hester.
That'll bring up now Dylan Hester, the batter for Strafford. Troy taking on Alabama. Arkansas Little Rock's going to be in Fayetteville taking on Arkansas. Belmont taking on Tennessee. Oral Roberts out of Tulsa is going to be down in Oklahoma. But from what we see, the Missouri State Bears are not playing. Or these are all tomorrow, so no games today in college baseball. So everybody will be playing tomorrow. Now we look at the week, the Missouri State Bears will not play until when we see Missouri State I believe won't play until either this weekend or they don't, or they'll play today. Nothing in one, the count. There on Dylan Hester. He's a right fielder for Strafford. One ball, one strike. No outs here in, once again, the top of the third inning. Strafford looking for their first run. Also, Clever would be looking for their first run if this game still remains scoreless. That's going to be a bobbled ball. It's going to be a base hit. And so we got runners at first and second now for Tony Caldwell, the third baseman.
Now batting third baseman number 4, Tony Caldwell.
Caldwell, he bats from the right side for Strafford. A little bit of an odd, something odd that Dylan Turner's using. The pitcher swinging a high fly ball. That is going to go foul. Nothing in one, the count. Nobody out, bases, runners on first and second. And it looks like a boat oar that Turner's using there on the on-deck circle. Very unusual. 0-2 the count there on Tony Caldwell. Ooster's done a good job today. He's only allowed a hit, but Clever already has one error in the game. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out. The pitch, swinging a high fly ball. It's going to go into left center field. That will go all the way to the wall. But they will hold the runners at, but they will now have the bases loaded and one out here in the top of the third inning. As we'll see.
Now batting pitcher number 19, Dylan Turner.
And I'll bring up now Dylan Turner, the batter. Turner talking to Pierce, given the game plan. Here with one out here in the top of the third inning between Clever and Strafford. The pitch. One ball, no strikes there to Dylan Turner. One and 0 the count. The pitch. Blocked in the dirt, but the runner does hesitate and he goes back to third base. Other games to talk to you guys about that will be playing on tomorrow night. Florida A&M will be going down to Gainesville, Florida, taking on Florida. Georgia Tech will be in Auburn. USC will be at UC Santa Barbara. North Carolina State will be in South Carolina. Belmont will be in Knoxville, taking on Tennessee. And Coastal Carolina will be in Champaign, Illinois, as they will take on Illinois. Western Kentucky taking on Vanderbilt. That's going to be a base hit. One runner is going to come in, and it's 1-0 Strafford. 2-0 the count there, as that pitch was laced into left field for a base hit. Timeout's called.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 6, Garrett Lumley.
Garrett Lonely is going to be
And at
Lumley,
plate,
excuse me,
first
will
baseman,
be
number
the
17,
courtesy runner for
Nick
Strafford.
Oliver.
And that'll bring up now Nick Oliver, first baseman for the Strafford Indians. 1 out. One nothing Strafford. Here's a pitch just outside now. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Clever has pitched it well. 2 scoreless innings so far for Utzler. Only allowing a run. That's an earned run for Utzler as that pitch is swung on and hit foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Umpire calls time. Here on a cloudy first day of April. Once again, this is Strafford and Clever. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 swung on and hit high into the infield. Who's got it? And that will be out number 2. And now to bring up the new batter, that's going to bring up Wyatt Maples.
Now batting. Catcher
Maples
number 9,
is the catcher
Wyatt Maples.
for Strafford. 1-0 Strafford, 2 outs. Once again here in the top of the 3rd inning. 1 run's already come across the plate. Inside. Calls it a strike at 0-1. 0-1 the count there on Wyatt Maples. Once again, he is the catcher for these Indians. Oh, 1 now. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch hits him, and he will head to first base. And that will reload the bases now for Strafford. This will bring up now Brennan Tannehill.
Now to
2
play
outs
second
here
baseman,
in
number 3, Brennan Tannehill.
the top of the 3rd inning. Strafford in a very, very tough district.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 12, Vance Mullins.
Vance Mullins will be the courtesy runner for the Indians. 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. As we're almost halfway home here between Clever and Strafford. We talk about Vanderbilt as one kid from Springfield Catholic has signed to go play college ball there at Vanderbilt in Nashville. That is Will Duff from Springfield Catholic. Down outside now, 2-0. There on Brennan Tannehill. He's a second baseman. Here's a pitch. Inside now, strike at 2-1. It's right on the plate, but it looked inside from our point of view. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a little blooper the other way, and that will be out number 3 as we head to the. We will will head now to the bottom of the third inning. One run has already come across. 1-0 Strafford.
After 2.5, we have
back in the top of the bottom of the third inning
bringing up the bottom
between
of the
Clever
third for the
and
Jays.
Strafford.
Third baseman, number 11, Jake Twig.
Jake Twig, the batter for the Clever Blue Jays. He's playing third base today, hitting in the 8th spot. Pitch will be a ball at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes there to Mr. Twig. That's Jake Twig, the pitch. Just a little bit outside. It'll be a 2 ball, no strike count. Pitch. Inside now. 3-0 to Twig. Almost 5:30 here on this Monday evening. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's a pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. It's now 3-1 now to Jake Twig. 3-1. And Twig will take the walk as he will head now to the first base. We'll head to first base.
Right fielder, 00, Sean Gilmore.
I'll bring up Sean Gilmore to wrap up the lineup for the Blue Jays. Here's a pitch. A little upstairs. And he got him there at first. And there is out number 1 as Twig was gunned down at first. He will trot back to the dugout. 1 ball and no strikes.
He's calling it 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
What's he doing now?
Looks like umpire gave Clever a warning. Nothing in 1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count there on Gilmore. Looking to get on base. The pitch. Little inside. It's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes there to Sean Gilmore. 1 out. The 1-2 pitch inside, and that will even the count at 2-2. Turner's thrown a lot of pitches inside. The 2-2 pitch and outside, and it's now 3-2 as he as Gilmore was able to work the count now at a full 3 balls, 2 strikes count. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Gilmore goes down on strikes. And this will now bring up the leadoff man for the
Quinn Gundelfinger.
That'll bring up the leadoff man for the Blue Jays. That is Quinn Gundelfinger. One out. Or no, 2 outs, excuse me. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning between Clever and Strafford. 1-0 Strafford, our score. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Now 1-1. One pitch is going to be hit out of play, and that's going to go foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 in favor of Strafford. A pitch. Strike 3, and Gundelfinger goes down swinging, so we will now head to the top of the 4th inning. It is Strafford 1, Clever nothing.
Left fielder number 10, Caleb Semple.
Caleb Semple will be the man to lead off the top of the 4th inning between Clever and Strafford. 1-0 Strafford. Strafford's already clubbed 2 hits in the game. One ball and no strikes now to Caleb Semple. Just outside now. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and one. As we now got an update, as the Missouri State Bears had a no-hitter going up against Valparaiso. Valparaiso in the Missouri Valley, as most of the teams in college baseball have now started conference play. 2-2 the count there on Caleb Semple. The pitch. Oh, and almost got him. And it's now 2-2 the count there on Mr. Caleb Semple. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 now. 3-2 the count there on Semple. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here's a pitch. And Little curveball just outside, and that will give the walk
the play.
to
Center fielder number 7, Hunter Langston.
bring up Hunter Langston, the batter. He's playing center field for Strafford. Nothing in 1 the count. Or no balls, no strikes. Rather, here in the top of the 4th, Hunter Langston is the batter for Strafford. Strafford coming out of Greene County, just east of Springfield, right along I-44. So time called as he had to take off his jewelry. That was Hunter Langston. One thing you can't have on the baseball field with Misha. Little bunt attempt. Did not go for the double play. And now they got runners on.
What did you drop it?
They got runners on first and second after first baseman of Langley drops the ball. We're going to see one of the coaches come out for Clever. We believe that is going to be Jim Cooney coming out. Once again, Cooney is the pitching coach for Clever. And what we believe was he was a prospect in the Baltimore Orioles organization. So if you're Clever, you don't want to be making mistakes against Strafford. You're already down 1-0, so definitely got to get those little plays like the bunted plays. Runners on at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch, just
Now batting
outside.
shortstop number 1, Mason Foley.
Nothing in 1 to Mason Foley. He's a shortstop for the Blue Jays. Or Strafford, pardon me. The pitch, blocked in the dirt there by Peebles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out here in the Indians' half of the 4th inning. Check swing now 3-0. A little bit chilly for the first day of April. Temperatures are in the 40s. 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes that 3-0 pitch. Check to swing. And he will take the walk.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Dylan Hester.
Dylan Hester, the batter for the Strafford Indians. 2 balls, no strikes. Or, excuse me, now the batter is number 2. Got to get used to that.
4
goes to home, but they do save the run, but he will not get the double play. So there's 1 out in the 4th inning.
Now to play third baseman number 4, Tony Caldwell.
So good execution play there by Clever to save another run from coming across. Clever losing right now 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball. That's going to go, and that ball is going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to come in. 2 runs Now 3 runs are going to come in. It is now
Yes, Nathan, good job, bud.
and he will get him out. But 2 runs have already come across the plate for Strafford. Umpire explaining that he was out at the plate. So it's 3-0 Strafford.
Now batting pitcher number 19, Dylan Turner.
Dylan Turner. And another hit has been posted on the scoreboard. 3 hits have already come on for Strafford off of Hunter Utzler. Here's the pitch. Swinging another high fly ball the other way. Who's got it? Langley's got it. Kind of falls there in the infield, but that will be out number 3 as we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 3-0 Strafford.
Leading out the bottom of the 4th for the Jays, center fielder number 3, Trace Comer.
Trace Comer, the man to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Adam Smith joining you guys for this high school baseball game between Clever and Strafford. Ball goes into foul territory. It will go foul. A little bit of an injury update as the catcher for Strafford, that is Nick Oliver, kind of landed awkwardly. Trace Comer, the batter for the Blue Jays. Clever Blue Jays today. Pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul back. With what I see, Clever has only had 1 hit today. No hits. Three 3-0 Strafford. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here for Clever. Here's a pitch. Swinging a miss, and down goes Comer. That'll bring up the new batter. That's going to be Logan Peebles. Peebles, who is on the Ozarks baseball preview for 2019. Which we believe there were 2 players from Strafford on the preview cover. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the top of, or excuse me, the bottom of the 4th inning between Clever and Strafford. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Clever's done a good job to keep runs at a minimum. Now 2-1 the count. Two-0 now. 2-2. Two pitch, and that'll be a strike 3 in the dirt. Strike him out, throw him out. That'll bring up the new batter. That's going to be Hunter Utzler. Hunter Utzler, the man at the dish for the Blue Jays.
Hunter Utzler.
Hunter Utzler, the man. He is the starting pitcher. Walks up to some Willie Nelson. Strike, says the home plate umpire. Now 0-1. 2 outs. Once again in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Just a bit outside now. 1-1. The pitch. 2-1. Does it look just inside? And Utzler was able to get the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Right here in the bottom of the 4th inning between Clever and Strafford. This Strafford team's going to be This Strafford team has only put up 3 runs against Clever, swinging a high fly ball, drifting into foul territory, and it will go foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here for Hunter Utzler. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Utzler goes down looking. As we now head to the top of the 5th inning, it is 3-0 Strafford.
Top of the 5th, excuse me. Bring up top of the 5th. First baseman number 17, Nick Oliver.
Nick Oliver, the man, here in the top of the 5th inning between Strafford and Clever. Strafford has the lead. It's 3-0. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. That's going to go into left field. Who's got it? And he drops the ball. He's going to go all the way to first. Or excuse me, second. That is... That was Nick Oliver. He's going to bring up now Wyatt Maples,
Number 9, Wyatt
the catcher
Maples.
for Strafford. Strafford's lost a couple games in this season. The pitch, just inside now. 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. Strike 1, says the home plate umpire. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. And the count's at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Another pitch in the dirt now, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 runner on second base. That is Nick Oliver. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up. That's going to go foul. And we'll do it again now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a roller to the third baseman. To second for 1. But he is safe, and it looks like he was out there at second base.
Take him in the feet, not by his head.
And we'll see now, looks like head coach Justin Snyder will come out. Talk things over to Hunter Utzler. Who knows, we could see a pitching change. It's not been the best of days today for Clever. As what we've seen today, that Strafford team can hit. Only 3 hits that Strafford has clubbed, but Clever's errors have been costly for the Blue Jays.
Now batting second baseman number 3, Brennan Tannehill.
Brennan Tannehill will be the man at the dish. And what I believe, he was on base today already. Little bunt. The third baseman cannot find it, and we got bases loaded for the Indians here in the top of the 5th inning. Quick game between Strafford and
Now
Clever.
batting outfielder number 10, Caleb Simple.
Caleb Simple, the batter for the Strafford Indians. Here's a pitch. Swinging. That's going to be a base hit into left field. 1 run's going to come in. Here comes another. And that's going to make it now a 5-0 Strafford lead over Clever. And Coach Snyder will come out to the Coach Snyder will come out to the mound, talk things over to his pitcher of Hunter Utzler, who's been kind of ruffled up today. And that will be it for Hunter Utzler, as we'll see a new pitcher come into the game for Clever, as we will find out who the new pitcher will be. Sean Gilmore will be the new pitcher for the Blue Jays. So Utzler's day is done. He will head to third, but his day is done on the mound. Sean will now pitch for Clever in relief of Utzler. Left fielder will be Twig. As we will now take a brief timeout. Just a bit.
Gilmore. Number 7, Hunter Langston.
Hunter Langston will be the first man to greet Sean Gilmore.
Twig's in left.
Left, yeah.
Twig will be in left field.
Yeah, Twig's in left.
Yeah.
They moved
Blaze.
Blaze right there.
Blaze in the right.
Blaze will be in right field. The pitch, blocked in the dirt.
Hard and crooked doesn't do any good.
1 ball, no strikes.
Believe me, that was professional.
Want to know the count there on Langston. Pitch. Oh, inside,
Was
and
there all day.
looks to be a fastball.
Yeah.
Fastball as it went just inside. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike there to Hunter Langston. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Little bunt. Squeeze play. Utzler's going to get it, and out. As Langley held on to the ball. He did have his foot on the bag. And it'll be 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-0 Strafford, our score.
Now batting shortstop, number 1, Mason Foley.
It's going to bring up now Mason Foley, the batter for the Indians. With 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch. Checked his swing. Oh, 0-1 the count to Mason Foley. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, another fastball now at 0-2. Gilmore's been has seemed to throw the fastball pretty well. Checks on the runner. Go from the stretch. Little curveball, and that'll go downstairs now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes.